leader, I remember some of car leaders, they really recommend, the chevrons, other gas. So it's not necessary to have.
But you know, a lot of the gas companies, the gas comes out of the same pipeline, but they just put additives into it. Chevron puts a cleaner and carburetor cleaner in it. But you don't have a carburetor on either engine. Both of them are fuel injected. Okay, have a question over here?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are they going to the same fuel tank with the
Yes.
engine?
Yes, you have a 75-gallon fuel tank, and this is one of the calls we get. 75-gallon fuel tank, and the pickup tube for the generator goes down to 1/4 of the tank. So quick math, 1/4 of 75 gallons is how much?
18. 18.
How much?
18 gallons.
We get the call that we're out in the field and we're on the generator, and all of a sudden it quit running and we can't get to restart. Well, the first question is, how much fuel do you have in the gas tank? Well, the gas tank says 1/8. You're not getting any fuel. Very simple. So when you go out in the field, you usually want to go out and make sure you have at least a half a tank of gas. And the reason for this is you run the generator all day long. It only burns a gallon an hour, a gallon and a tenth roughly. Is that you don't run out of gas, that you can't drive to the gas station, drive the vehicle to the gas station. But we get that call every once in a while, and this is not the generator, it's not the starter, it's not the circuit, it's not this or that. It's just no gas. No gas. Pardon?
What's the mileage?
Mileage of the vehicle?
Yeah.
Depends on the driver. If you're in a hurry, like you want to get this van from Portland down to San Francisco in one day, he got about 6.5 miles a gallon going over the mountains. Driving around here on the flatlands, you should get about 10 miles a gallon. If you're real gentle, you can get 12. If you're a really calming driver, you might get 13. When I deliver a van, I usually get about 8 to 9 miles per gallon. But we had to get it here in a hurry for the San Francisco meeting, so it was pushed. Good load test.
6 miles.
Well, you drive Mount Shasta National Grade all the time.
Yes,
They maintain 65 miles an hour all the way.
that's right.
Over the mountains, down the mountains, all the way in. Yes, sir.
Regarding to the our meter, is there any way we need to calibrate every year or not?
No, no.
How can we know it's accurate?
It doesn't have to be accurate. If it's plus or minus 3 hours and 100, that's close enough. Doesn't have to be that accurate. It's a good reliable meter from the manufacturer who, I don't know what their tolerance is, but it's usable for the purpose of maintaining generators. Now, if you're timing heart rates, well, I wouldn't use it. But for generators, it's okay. Yes, sir.
For the gas, do you have any, we have the low gas, then you have any light on?
No, you just have the gas gauge on the dash.
So in the meantime, if we don't know, if we know the gas low, but how far we can drive?
There is on the workhorse, and you'll have to get in the manual. There is a control button on the odometer that'll tell you how many miles you have remaining with the fuel, and it tells you how many.
Accurate?
Yes, and it also shows what your burn rate is, how many miles per gallon. And it's all. Anybody here have a big Chevy Suburban or anything like that? It's the same system. It's General Motors system. It'll tell you how many miles you have left to drive, and it gives you very distinct low fuel warnings. And it comes on early. I think you still have 20 gallons left when the low fuel warning comes on. Because one of the things when we go into convention halls, we have to go in with the tanks empty. We can't go in with full fuel tanks, so we sort of get our last gas in Reading and hope we get to San Francisco before we run out of gas. Yes, sir. You have a question? Okay. Yes.
So is there a way we can tell which peripheral using what? Is this is using the generator? This is using the battery? This is using the one tank?
Yes.
Is there a way we can tell?
Yes. When we got the van, I'll show you how to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that everything in your line, or do you have
No.
to check it?
No, you're going to have to check, you're going to have a list to show you how to do that, plus your notes. Yes, sir.
Between two tanks, the gas tanks and the generator tanks.
It's the same tank.
It's the same tank.
It's the same tank. 75-gallon fuel tank for the generator and the vehicle. But the pickup tube is at 1/4 above the bottom of the tank.
Okay.
And that 1/4 is approximate.
Because I thought there is a feeding bond between two tanks.
No,
Yes.
no. Unfortunately, the new EPA regulations do not allow us to easily put in second fuel tanks. Before 2004, we had the option of additional fuel tank. But now EPA, you can't touch the fuel system, the vapor system, or anything else. In fact, the generator is designed that it does not return fuel to the tank. It only takes fuel from the tank.
Yeah, this is my question.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
It doesn't recycle. The engine does. The engine does, but the generator does not. We just love federal regulations that make life so much simpler. Okay, any other questions on these subjects? Yes, sir.
Filling up the tank, do they have do we have to go to the truck stop, or do you have to check for the height of?
Very good question. 13 feet clearance.
Okay.
Most of these new gas stations are about 15 feet.
15 feet.
Yeah, so
Can't fit in that.
again, wherever's got cheapest gas, if you got a off-brand station here that's 10 cents a gallon cheaper, when you're buying 75 gallons, that makes a difference.
What about the
car
tank?
wash? What is the?
That's not, don't go in the car. Do not go in the car washes. Do not take it through McDonald's. It doesn't work. Yes, sir.
How much is the turning circle for the van? Because sometimes we don't have enough space to get out.
You may have to back and cut to get out. Yeah. That's why we have side view cameras. Don't hit the gas pumps. It's a no-no.
It's not a question, it's my personal question. The law is federal laws or state law governing the setting up of the car, referring the federal laws or the state law?
EPA regulations now are all 50 states.
Of 50 states, federal
Yes.
laws.
Federal law. They've adopted California standards, basically. It's 50. This vehicle is a 50-state vehicle, and the generator is a 50-state generator, EPA compliant. Yes, sir.
What kind of license we can get? Class B?
What kind of license do you have?
Class C?
What kind of license do you have?
Class C?
Class C?
Yeah.
What kind of license do you have?
I think all Class C.
Almost people.
Anybody here who has had training how to drive it can drive it. Class C license is good in California for this size and weight vehicle.
She say I can drive it too.
She's going to drive it.
I
Amy's going to
need
drive
probably
it.
3 phone book.
Maybe.
But how can my leg can reach the pedal?
Well, we're going to have to extend the pedal. Now, I have quite a few vans out where the dental assistant is the van manager. Did you hear that, ladies? The dental assistant is the van manager. Drives the van, changes the oil, does the maintenance, checks the tires, cleans out the tanks, services the batteries. Dual purpose job, you get paid twice as much. Dental assistant salary, van salary.
Superwoman, right?
Pardon?
Superwoman.
Yes, yes.
Do you have a high restriction for the driver? High
I don't.
restriction? I mean,
The state